Well, you know, people will often say that Frankenstein is tough to do because of all of the technical effects, the special effects, the fire, the raising of the gurney, and all of that. I think the acting is tough. It's tough to take a character like Victor Frankenstein and to play him to the hilt. He's a genius, he's a mad genius, a mad scientist.
My biggest challenge in playing this character was trying to become Victor Frankenstein. He's sort of a recluse and intellectual, which is pretty hard for me because I'm quite sociable and I like people. He doesn't really seem to like people that much. He's a lot of fun, especially when the creation scenes, he gets really crazy and all the lights are going off and there are large explosions and you can really feel energy and life and just maniacal, crazy, mad scientist-like vibe going on. I watched some old movies. I watched an old Frankenstein and some other movies with crazy lead roles and stuff like that, Clockwork Orange. And I try to become, or just base myself on one of those characters. It just seemed maniacal and crazy, and that really helped me.
They're big ideas. It's almost Shakespearean. Mary Shelley's novel has huge ideas. The monster himself is larger than life. He's supernatural. And yet to play this monster, who's written more closely to the novel than the famous Boris Karloff monster, to play this monster, not only is he superhuman in strength, but he's superhuman in emotion. And he feels rejected by his father, that is Victor Frankenstein. And so we have not only a story of science gone awry, but we've got a story of a father who turns away from his son and a son who rebels against an uncaring father. So huge ideas, beautiful language, and it requires good acting.
I could be cowering on the ground, but I still have to have some air of like predator, and it's definitely like out of my comfort zone, but it was definitely something nice to try.
I think it's a really relevant story now because it's a story about how science sort of leaves the people behind. It makes the people in the story a little inhuman somehow. Science is the monster in the story, and it sort of breaks loose, it sort of breaks free. So I think this is a very relevant story now in our world where science, we barely control some of it. And so here we see science gone awry. We also see what happens when people become so focused on their work that they start ignoring the people in their lives.
In real life, you could put yourself in someone else's situation, not be as insensitive as you normally would be, to try and see things from their perspective.
She's telling a ghost story with big ideas that were relevant then, and I think they're relevant now.